All right, hello everyone. So Stock Master back here again. So I've had a few people ask me about, how do they start investing, right? And the beginners, they've seen my video or they've heard me talk about it. So I have a few peers that are getting into investing, and I was like, maybe a lot of people benefit from this video. So first off, I'm gonna start with my channel is basically speculations on stocks, but this is how I started personally investing in stocks. And I've been investing for a few years now, so I've been making pretty decent money, and I believe that I should share my knowledge out there. So, how to start investing for beginners, right? So the first thing you should look at is funding, right? So, how are you planning to fund your account? What's your current financial situation? Do you have a job or you don't have a job? And of course, can anyone invest even if they don't have a lot of money, right? So a lot of people think that you have to have a lot of money to start funding. So for me, when I was in college, I didn't know that I could start funding with the money I was getting paid for my part-time work, right? I didn't know that. I thought that I'd have to have a lot of money in my bank already to open a brokerage account, when actually opening a brokerage account is actually free. So a lot of brokerage account offer free account opening. There's no limit, no minimum. So you definitely look into those brokerage, and you could start funding. Okay, and of course current financial situation, right? So how much are you willing to lose, right? So down here is how much should you invest or I invest, right? So my rule of thumb is that only invest as much as you're willing to lose. So for me, every time I invest in a stock, I go with the mindset that I might lose all that money, and if I lose that money, it's okay. But if I do my due diligence and I do my research, right, then at the end of the day, I will gain money out of it, and that's kind of the methodology that I've been using. And of course, current financial situation, do you have leftover money? So for just another example, right? I have a younger brother. He started investing, but he only works part time. Well, he only throws in like $100, $200 a month because he doesn't have the much money yet, right? But those money are going to stocks that I've recommended him, and he has made money already just buying those stocks and letting it sit on the side. And he's young and he's starting right away, right? So definitely start as soon as you can. And of course, you don't need that much to start. Um, so let's look at the picture over here. So what would it cost to start investing? And of course, it's a pretty good picture. Apps provide lower investing costs but less research. True, but some apps have a lot of data or a lot of information on there. So, for example, Webull provides articles to a bunch of the stocks that you're interested in. Let's say you're interested in one of the stock, you can look at the comments or the news, and they give you articles about it or links to the articles. Um, of course, full service brokers, they do everything for you. They do recommendation, they charge fees. I don't do that. I do my own research on the side. And of course, a discount broker, same thing by phone, online website. I don't do that either. I myself do all my research, and I have learned so much since I've been doing my research. So you should definitely take that route. And of course, if you have money on the side, right, and you want to hire a person, definitely do. I recommend that because you're hiring someone that does this full time. They research full time. They know stock in and out. They know the stock market in and out, right? So if you have the money and you want to hire someone to do it for you, definitely I don't I recommend that. I don't look down on that at all. I believe that that is the way if you have the money. When should you start investing? Now, later? Should I wait till the market crash, right? So let's look at the S&P 500, right? And I've told many people that I've talked stock with before. I was like, for example, with my parents, right? Let's say that I was born in the 1990s. If my parents started investing now, in the 1990s, sitting around 100, 200, around here, they would have made so much money now at even with the coronavirus crash, they would have made so much money. And this is a perfect example of me saying that no matter how many crash we have, the stock market is climbing no matter what. You look at it, post-Korean recession, it dropped, and then Eisenhower recession, it dropped, credit crunch, it dropped, oil crisis, it dropped, Iranian oil, it's like all these drops. But guess what? The the curve of the line is consistently growing. And so that means that if you are a long-term investor, right? 10 years from now, no matter how many crashes there are, I believe that the stock market will keep the trend and it'll keep growing no matter what. So you can now or later. or should you wait for a market crash? My opinion, I say invest as soon as you can. And of course, you want to wait for a market crash, definitely do it. But we never know when the market crashes because if we all can predict a market crash, then we'll all be rich, right? All right, next one. Where stocks should I invest in, right? So let's say you started and you're like, man, I don't know what to invest in. So there's a lot of different types of stock. I'm not going too much detail about it. I'm gonna just talk about a few of them. Growth stocks. So these are like stocks like Apple, Amazon, Google, right? Stocks that will consistently make sales and consistently grow. Uh, Clinical stocks. So these are stocks that will jump up really high and then drop really down a few months and then jump right back up. So these are more of your not day trader, but maybe monthly trader or day trader you could call it. Dividend stocks. So these are stocks that will pay you dividend monthly. Let's say you own 50 share of another example is AT&T. You own 50 shares of AT&T. At the end of the month, they'll pay you whatever percentage of the dividend is of per share. So you will get paid no matter what. The thing about dividend stocks is that the growth is not too high. They're really steady and they grow sideways. They don't grow um, up and down. Should you diversify? I recommend diversifying if you can. If you can't, and let's say that you're young, right? You're starting out, and you want to go full growth, go for it. I myself, right? So I'm not saying that you should do what I'm doing. It's all speculation. It's all opinion wise. So invest at your own risk. But for me, I'm doing high growth stocks only. High growth stocks, dividend stocks. I have a few, but majority of my portfolio is high growth stocks. And the reason is because I believe that when I get towards my older age, right, I can sell off my high growth stock and invest in dividend stocks, and that will help me generate revenue monthly because dividend they pay monthly, right? Or either it's either monthly or quarterly, depending on the stock you get. So definitely look into these different stocks. If you want me to talk about a certain type of stock, I could do that. Or you can want me to do a full information on this section. Let me know in the comment section, okay? And sources, right? So when I first started, I didn't know about any of this, so I started by doing research on my own, and I found a couple of YouTube videos that actually explained to me on how to invest, and I took what I can from there, and I did more research on my own, and that's how I started investing, right? So joining stock groups. So that has helped me a lot actually because it's kind of like a stock alert. They alert you on stocks because whatever's big right now or whatever's growing, they will throw. Most people will talk about it. Like, what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of that? This stock is growing continuously. Do you guys think it has a lot of potential? What's the price point? So stocks group are definitely recommended. It's a warning though. There's a lot of spammers, a lot of con artists, so if scammers. So make sure that you go into the group and make sure you don't get scammed, don't get conned. There will be spam. Some people will be pumping a stock up so they can get their money back. There's stuff like that. So just make sure you know everything and do your due diligence on every stock that you look into. Information. I myself use Google a lot. Use like a data called database, right? I use a search base a lot. Yahoo Finance they provide pretty good statistic data on there. And of course apps, right? So for me, I use my brokerage app. They provide a lot of information on there, and of course I use Weibo too because Weibo consistent information on the news section, and of course you can look at the data too. So how to make a living trading stock, right? Let's look at the picture really fast. I myself have a sound trading methodology. So when you go into trading, where are you looking for? Are you looking for penny stocks that have potential of growing and you can make a lot of money off that? Or are you a long-term trader and you're looking at, let's say, blue chip stocks or growth stocks, right? That are consistently making sales, consistently growing through the year, and you can hold the stock for 10 years and that money will grow double or triple no matter what. So that's the methodology, right? So what is your method? And you have to find your own method. Spend some serious time educating yourself. So for me, right, I spend days watching YouTube videos, YouTube analysts. So I do my own YouTube videos right now, but I watch other analysts and they talk about a bunch of stocks and I learn a bunch of stuff that I haven't learned before. And of course, at the same time, I use Google, right, or I use my brokerage account to help me research on a lot of stocks and educate myself. I'm still learning still. And that's an ongoing process. So continue to learn, stay updated with the news, the stock market, and you will definitely succeed. Have 1K one year of income set aside. Like I said, if you're a part time, maybe most of your money go to your bills, right? Well, set aside $100 a month into your um, brokerage account, and that way you can start investing. Because starting right now, within 10 years, you won't regret it. That's my opinion. Steer yourself for the income inconsistency. Yeah, so just make sure that you have a well thought plan and go into it and never look back. Because I believe that if you invest in the right stock, do your due diligence, and make sure you're doing your research, you will be successful. So new video later. So that's my beginner, how to invest for beginner. Really quick overview. If you want more details, let me know in the comment section. I'll answer any questions, or I'll definitely make another video to add on to this if you have any other stuff you want me to talk about. Book recommendation, right? New video ideas. So I read a lot of books about whether it's about stock, business, real estate. So if you want any book recommendation, let me know. Maybe I can make a video about that. YouTube analyst recommendation. So I watch a lot of analysts on YouTube, and a lot of YouTuber they have great content, but some YouTuber I recommend over others. So maybe if you guys want to know about that, let me know. Let me know in the comment section, all right? In the meantime, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, post stock analysis, content that I believe that people benefit from. And like I said, my videos are first time run through. I don't edit anything, so it's all genuine. It's my actual thought process going on right now. All right, so subscribe, like, share, and good luck, traders. Have a good night or day.